F1 22 in VR, wheel-to-wheel racing action and Antlion mod mic. It must be my birthday. So there is quite a buzz around the release of this Codemasters EA F1 22 game, and that's because this time around they've decided to release it with VR support. And let's get this right from the get-go, right off the bat, they have absolutely nailed it. Now you might have thought, Pete, we've never seen the Codemasters F1 games on your channel before, and that's not because I don't like them, that's not because I've poo-pooed them, it's simply because the minute I transitioned into VR, that disconnect from a single screen was just too much, and all the main simulators out there are pretty much VR now. And the fact that the F1 Codemasters games EA supported have now gone into VR means that I'm now going to be bringing this to the channel. I am absolutely loving it. Now, typically, as it's a Codemasters base release, there are issues right from the get-go. Hopefully that over the coming days and weeks will be sorted out, but just look at this, you can't probably see I'm in the way. Wheel-to-wheel racing. I mean, this game will make you feel like an F1 god. I mean, do you see that there? Trying to come in on him and he come back straight at us. The gameplay and the AI are very fair, very good. And in my very first session in this, like I say, I felt like an F1 god. I went from something like 20th place up to 2nd. Now obviously you're here because you're interested in the VR, and we will be transitioning to VR right now. Right, hello guys. So here we are, we've transitioned into VR. Now you would have saw me there, had to take the VR headset off. That's because when I'm launching from EA Play, that's how I'm trialling this F1 22 at the moment, I have to do that to put the window in focus so I can push any button to start the game. A little frustrating, but that's how it is. So as this just loads up, I want to explain what I'm seeing and what you're seeing, because you're seeing the mirror image, so you're seeing the game screen that's in front of you, as I am, but for me, it's like I'm looking at a 75-inch TV in front of me, and I'm probably sat about half a metre away. Now I have quietened the music down on it, I don't want to get done for copyright, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, I don't know. Anyway, you want to see what it looks like for a race, we're going to jump straight in. I find this really bugging, guys. Anytime you move the menu, it comes up to, oh yeah, I've got a supercar on lock, thanks for that. And I've driven 40 miles or whatever badges I've got there, new goals. Right, we're going to jump into just a solo Grand Prix. Now it says you can create your own race weekend or series of events, so I'm just going to jump in that to demo. Now the footage you saw earlier was Formula 2. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do Formula 1. I've already preset this up, so it's remembered it. Yep, it's remembered that I've done it today, so we're going to pick that. I don't know if there's options that we could pick. What I find frustrating about this, perhaps I'm missing some options I'm not aware of, but it won't let you pick your own driver that you've created. Right, I'm just gonna, sorry for that, I'm gonna skip that. Let's get into here now. I think Codemasters EA, I'm gonna say now, you're missing a trick. This old like idea of you know, seeing the game screen on like a screen in front of me. This is VR. I know motion moving in VR can be bad for some people, but I should be stood at the side of the car there. Instead of zooming in and looking, I should be outside the car. Now, as we speak, we've transitioned into the car. Now, and I know the mirror that you're seeing on the screen isn't like what I'm seeing. I'm actually sat in the car. Now, unfortunately, what's a little annoying, I don't know whether you can see it while I'm speaking, if I move my head, it's quite juddery. And it's like this. It's a little more amplified now that I'm recording than it was when I'm not recording with the same GPU at the same time. But hopefully that's something that can be fixed. Right, now if I look down, I can see the top of my neck, so I'm not in the right place. So I'm just going to recenter the VR. I have to lean back quite a bit for that. Get my head in the right place. I'm a little far forward now. I'll redo that again. Looking in the right way. That's better. Feel like my neck's in the right place. The view in this is very good. Oh, God, don't start doing that. Right, I've got to turn that off. I don't know why. In F122, as you can see, I'm getting little pop-ups. Maybe you don't see that. I just see that. Windows Mixed Reality. Anyway, the view and the quality in the headset is fantastic. I mean, graphics, what I'm going to do in a separate video, I'll do a through the lens view, because this is very, very good. It is really clear. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's get a bit of a race going on, just so you can see the footage. Now, clutch in, get revs optimum. Don't kick the back out, and we're off. A bit of a slow start. Going to use a bit of the... Oi! Oh, no. Well, let's try that again, shall we? Just for the purpose of this video, I'm restarting the session because I was knocked off before we even got going. And this actually gives me the opportunity to highlight why on earth, after I've recentered the VR, if you reset anything, I have to do it again. So, bug in. Come on, EA Codemasters. This is just rudimentary stuff that should be ironed out. Right, I'm in the right place. Let's try this again. This is live, people. It's not scripted. Just get there on the optimal. Bog down a little bit. Bit of wheel spin. That wasn't the best start. So straight away I can tell that because I'm recording at the same time as playing, there's definitely a bit more of an overhead on the PC. It's slightly more juddery, not as fluid. Oh, sorry. Trying to talk and race at the same time in an F1 car is difficult. And I am still getting used to sim, that's my excuse anyway. But the view, the graphics are exactly the same. It's overcast today, so it's not as... Okay, I'm not worried about that for the minute. I'm going to go around the outside of Bottas. That was a good move there. Use the overtake button. Coming up the inside of Alonso. To back out of that slightly. So the mirror that you're seeing is like the view. Oh, Alonso's coming back up. No, it's not Alonso. Wheel to wheel fighting there. It might have been Ocon who was next to me. I couldn't actually tell. What are we going to do? Anyway, where was I? The mirror that you're seeing is almost like through one eye, and it's not really representative of what I'm seeing at the moment. Right, let's get the power on. I'm going to go over the line there. Use a bit of battery. He's still with me, still at the side of me. the speed that I'm getting through the VR headset, it's fantastic. I really am getting the real sense of speed. In these F1 cars, the brakes are pin sharp. They really are good. I find in the F2 cars, you'll almost find as though the brakes don't work. Just don't want to lock up. But what I'm going to do, I'll switch. Let's get the power down, let's get the overtake button on. See if we can get Alonso. No, not that time. That would have been a bit of a dick move to try and get up the inside. I mean, if you love F1 and you've been wanting to race F1 in VR without having to use a mod in another sim, they've nailed it, guys. They've nailed it. This is really, really good. Oh, come on, I want to get Alonso is our goal. Oh, I've got DRS, so I've got a chance to coast the gap. Oh, and I've cocked it.
Confirmed.
Right, I'm going to leave it there for a minute. Right, guys, so hopefully this time we've got the Steam VR mirror working and you've got some idea. You should be seeing now what I am seeing in the VR headset. Oh, can we sort this out, Codemasters? I don't need this to pop up every time we change menu. Right. Let's go into the Grand Prix that we've already got set up. I'm going to jump into that. Looking at that menu, I've realised you can create another Grand Prix, your own type, but this is just jumping in. So we're going to Mick Schumacher, the Haas team. I'm going to skip this.
A warm welcome to all of you joining us at an immense lap from Carlos. And
hopefully, you should now be seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know whether that is judgery, but I don't know why it is like that. Anyway, reset the seating position. I feel like I'm in the right place. Let's hopefully capture what I'm seeing now. Now, one thing I will say, and I think this captures. Right, that's not too bad. A bit of wheel spin, we're getting away. It's intense because talking and racing at the same time in an F1 car it's on the limit of what I can do. Right, I hope that you're getting a real idea of what I can see in the VR headset now. Let's just get this first lap nerves out of the way. Now the speed in this, really do get a big sense of speed. Don't want to lock up. What's he doing? What are you doing, Magnussen? Go on, I ain't going power 2 early. Here we go. I'm going to use some of the battery power just to catch back up. Right. Right there, guys, as you can see, I've jumped in on the editing room floor because while I was trying to convey the experience of racing F1 22 in VR, I got completely lost in the racing, and to me that speaks volumes about the simulator. So if you hadn't gathered by now, F1 22 is frigging amazing. They've absolutely nailed this, and in VR it's just surpassed all my expectations. I really did not expect this to be as good as it is, and I honestly, sincerely mean that. And why do I say that? So when you're in VR, the experience is overwhelming. It's fast, it's visceral, it involves you. It just ticks all the boxes. I thought Codemasters EA would be, this F1 title would be like a bit of a dulled down simulator, and I had my sim racing hat on and I was going to compare it to all, you know, Assetto Corsa and other stuff where you can actually do F1 racing. Now, the physics are certainly not as good as a simulator on the PC, but they're not bad either. It's actually shocked me. I'm actually amazed at how well it just works. It's its own self-contained ecosystem, and it works. And anyone who's coming from the PC simulator side thinking they're going to jump into this, turn all the assists off, dial the A up to 100, unless you're some racing F1 alien god, you're just not going to do it. There's definitely a learning curve to it, but VR, it just puts you in the car in the moment. The graphics are clear, everything's visible. I can read the 300, 200, 150 metre signs in the corners easily. The tracks are fantastic, very detailed. Everything's absolutely clear in the headset. If you've not understood what I'm trying to say by now, absolutely, if you've got a VR headset, get hold of this, buy it, play it, because it's blew me away, guys. It's absolutely blew me away. I was never ever expecting the experience that I've got. Now, the problem with VR, I can rub it on all day to all you out there watching right now. Unless you try this, you're not gonna you're not gonna fully get what I'm trying to convey. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that entry level into VR is not cheap, and probably the best option for a lot of people at this current time is the Oculus Quest 2, or should I say Meta Quest 2. It is a very reasonably priced headset, and it will give you the experience you're after. Do you know, the only way you could trump this whole experience is if you had a motion simulator as well. If you've got the motion simulator and the VR, you can't get any better than, you know, what you're getting here at home. I find it absolutely amazing. Now, Codemasters' side of the game's a little clunky, menus are clunky, there are some issues. I suppose if you're a veteran at these games, you're going to be there are some nitpicking things, but overall, this experience, wow, 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. While you're racing in VR, the bumps, the movement, the actual sense of speed, in the F1 cars, you can't take the eye off the ball. You cannot take your eye off the ball, and there's a bit of a learning curve. As I mentioned, just because I've come from PC simulators, I can't jump straight into this and just be an absolute hero. I'm going to have to put some hours into it, you know, get used to it. When you're driving around the track, everything looks clear, the cars look clear, the cars don't look like they're floating, they're planted, the livery, the textures, everything. This 10 out of 10. I'm absolutely shocked. This gets my VR approval, and I will certainly be bringing you more F1 22 VR videos to the channel. Now, if you've arrived at this video and you've got this far and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I don't need watch time, I need subscribers. I want to get monetized. I want to get the channel moving forward. Wow, 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 wow. I never expected this. What a birthday gift. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you next one. Peace out, guys.